All right, guys, thanks for having us on. We have Nina. How do you say your last name? Damjanovic. And we have Deidre. How do you say your last name?
Sherman.
Deidre Sherman. Cool. Thanks for getting on with us. You guys have been inspiring a lot of people. You guys only work Facebook leads, right?
Yes.
Right.
And what do you guys issue per month on average so far?
At least 20.
At least 20K. All right, so we're going to ask them some questions about what they do, your appointments, and a little bit about your background. Can we start with Nina? What was your background before this? How'd you end up at Family First Life?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was in insurance. I've been in insurance for about 3 years prior to Family First Life. Prior to insurance, I was a personal trainer for about 2 years. I got introduced to Family First Life by Jordan Lowry. I saw, we worked at our old company together. I saw him come over, watched him for a few months, saw he was killing it, went out in the field with him one day, and I was like, wow, I got to do this. Sign me up.
What was it that you liked in the field?
It just seemed so simple. Like there was no bait and switch or anything like that. It was just straight to the point. The people were requesting insurance. He protected them, and that was pretty much it. I was sold.
And was he running Facebook leads too?
Yes, he was. I saw the first day I went in the field with him, he ran both a Facebook appointment and a mortgage appointment.
And then you liked the fact that the people were like...
They were interested. There was no bait and switch.
Got it. And how long ago was that?
That was in June of 2019.
Okay.
And I started in August of 2019.
August of 2019. You do 20K every month?
Absolutely.
What's your biggest month?
27,000.
27K. Okay. And have you seen like a difference in cash flow?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And with the commission the way it is?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The comp is insane. I started at 40%. So coming here to 100% plus is incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Can you walk us through what leads you like? And we're going to go through what you say when you call them.
Yeah.
We're going to go through what you say when you get in the home.
Yeah, absolutely. So first things first, like consistency with buying leads. I buy leads twice a week, and I try to buy anywhere from 80 to 100 leads a week. And I try to get them through different vendors. So personally for me, I use Game Time, I use Lead Guru, I use Leadrilla, I use all of them. I try to do a mix. And then I like to dial them as they're coming in real time. So I try to at best.
So as soon as they come in, you get them on the phone?
Yes, because, I mean, within the first 15 minutes, it's hot. So they're by their phone. They just filled it out. They just requested it. They know what they filled out. It's fresh to their mind. So I have my email notifications on my phone. So as soon as I see that a lead has come in, I'll dial them immediately. So
throughout the day, if one comes in, you get them?
Yep.
Do you text them after?
No.
You just call?
Call.
Once or more?
3 times.
3 times in a row?
if they don't answer.
If they don't pick up, you
Yeah,
call them 3 times in a row.
exactly.
What's the odds of you getting a hold of them right away?
I feel like the odds are great just because, I mean, they just filled it out. They're on their phone.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And they usually filled it out on their phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're on Facebook
exactly.
on their phone.
Exactly.
So then you call them,
Yes.
and they have their phone in their hand.
Yep.
And was it hard for you to invest in leads at first?
In a way, yes, because I came from a company with free leads. So I was like, okay, this is uncomfortable for me. And I was unsure. But after, buying my first batch of leads, I was like, okay, I can do this, especially because the return is so high. So.
And you go 80 to 100 a week.
I try to buy 80 to 100 final expense a week.
Do you
yes.
usually get that many?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, what if leads slow down? Do you just add more vendors?
Yeah, that's why I try to order from a few different vendors at a time, just due to the fact that, some might come in slower than the others.
And how far in advance are you ordering leads?
So I'll order Thursday or Friday for Monday, and then Tuesday for Thursday. Monday or Tuesday for Thursday.
Awesome.
So my dial days are Mondays and Thursdays. So
nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into what do you say?
Phone script.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So I'm calling you. You
Yep.
just filled out a response card. So, hey, Andrew.
Yes.
Hey, Andrew, this is Nina. I am just getting back to you in regard to that Facebook post that you just responded to about the state-regulated life insurance that covers burial and final expenses. It was the one that asked for your favorite hobby, and you said knitting. Do you remember filling that out?
I love knitting.
Awesome. So I'm the local underwriter here in Arizona. I've been assigned to get you the information you requested. Before I go further, I just need to verify some information from you. You put on here your date of birth as June 15th, 1987. Is that correct?
Yep.
Awesome. And then I have your address here as the 777 Success Lane. Is that correct as well?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Now, when you were looking for this coverage, were you looking just for yourself or did you have a spouse in mind as well?
Spouse.
Okay, awesome. And what's her name?
Nicole.
Okay, and what's Nicole's date of birth?
8/13/52.
Awesome. I have that down. And then are you two smokers or non-smokers?
Non-smokers.
Okay, you make my job a lot easier. So my job's very simple. I'm just the medical field underwriter. There's no physical exams, needles, or urine samples required. Instead, they just send me out to get you the information you requested, review it with you, and then find a program that you qualify for based off of your health. Are you pretty healthy for the most part?
Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry.
It's all right.
Awesome. So looking at my schedule here, they have me in your area both tomorrow as well as Wednesday. What day works better for you?
Tomorrow.
Okay, awesome. I have morning or afternoon, 9 a.m. or 2 p.m.
9 a.m.
Okay, perfect. I have you down for that 9 a.m. slot. Just to confirm one more time, your address is the 777 Success Lane. Is that correct?
Yep.
Awesome. Are there any big dogs or gate codes that I should be aware of?
No, we have a little 20-pound dog.
Okay, that's cool. I like dogs. So I have you down. Do you have a pen and paper nearby?
Yep.
Awesome. I'm going to have you write a few things down for me. I'm going to have you write down my name.
Okay.
N-I-N-A. Do you have that?
Yep.
Awesome. Our appointment time tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm also going to give you this code. I'm going to have you read this to me when I get to the appointment. It is FEX147. Can you read that back to me?
FEX147.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, I have you down for tomorrow. And just one more question before we get off the phone. If I do get lost on my way there, I'm not too familiar with the area, do you mind if I give you a call ahead of time?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, awesome. See you tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Okay, now once you book that appointment, what's the ratio of leads you're getting that you're booking?
So I'll have my 40 to 50 leads for Monday's dial day. I try to book at least 15 appointments. Anywhere from 15 to 18 I'll get on the books.
So you're running kind of 2 weeks in one. You order
Absolutely.
40 leads, 40 to 50 leads for Monday dial day.
Yep.
And then you order another 40 to 50 leads for Thursday dial day.
Exactly. So I kind of split it up.
And how much is your lead cost?
Anywhere from like 1,200 to 2,000, just depending.
And what will you write in a week?
Like anywhere from 10 to 12.
And you love that you're not desperate for appointments, right?
Yeah,
How good of
absolutely
a
love
feeling is that?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Do you feel like you can't get to everybody?
Yeah, sometimes, but that's good because, you reschedule them for the next. It's better to be too busy than not busy enough. So.
I always told people I would rather cancel on you or reschedule because I'm too busy than you cancel on me and I don't have anyone else to see.
Exactly.
All right, so once you do that, you go in the home.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into something we don't usually do, okay? Let's go through product stuff. Okay? So you're brand new, you book an appointment, you get in the door. What do you do when you get in the door, and how do you how do you come up with a product that you think would fit for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously bring the financial inventory sheet with you in every single home. As soon as I walk through those doors, I'm building rapport with them all the way, and I'm looking at, photos they have on the walls to see if they have any family, to see, what referrals I can collect from them and whatnot. So to set it up, basically, I sit down with them. I show them the front of the financial inventory sheet, show them the companies that we work with. That's right off the bat building credibility because we work with the A+ rated companies. When they see Mutual of Omaha, Americo, John Hancock, all those companies on there, they're excited because they've heard of those companies before. And then the way I pick a product is just going through, the health questions on the back of the financial inventory sheet. So just going through the bottom, finding out what they have, any heart attack, stroke, stuff like that. And that's how I develop, the product that they would qualify for right off the bat. So.
And do you usually do Eagle Premier?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so Eagle Premier, how does that work? If they answer no to all the questions, they qualify, right?
Absolutely.
And then if they answer yes to a question on the app, they don't qualify.
Correct.
So what do you show them at that point?
It just depends on what they have. So if they have So let's say during the financial inventory sheet, I'm asking them any heart attacks, strokes, TIA, cancer, any COPD or asthma. If they say, yes, I have COPD, I result to Americo Ultra Protector 2.
That's good. So you do Eagle Premier with Americo, which is, can you explain that product a little bit?
Eagle Premier?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's a whole life product. It builds cash value. It's immediate coverage. So, I mean, when I first got into the insurance industry, I was selling a 4-year graded insurance policy. So the fact that it's immediate coverage gets them excited, of course, because that's what they want. That's what they're looking for. So if they're healthy enough to qualify, they get that. It builds cash value. Double.
The price never goes up.
Yeah,
the coverage
price
never goes down.
Exactly. It's locked in.
Super straightforward, up to 30,000.
Up to 30,000.
And it comes with accidental death,
yep,
right?
Absolutely. So it doubles with any type of accident. With any common carrier, you get the triple death benefit.
And how long does it take to get approved?
In the home, within, you're filling out the application. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes to tell you if they've qualified or not.
Okay. So now there's only a few products that people end up writing, right? So a new agent, it's safe to say they can practice doing an e-app with Americo.
Right.
They could go and do an appointment. If they run into a case that they can't get through, they can call their manager or the person that hired them. Have you ever had to call somebody in the home?
Absolutely.
And what do you say?
Hey, I'm sitting with Mary. I just got informed that she would not be able to qualify for the Eagle Premier product. Can you just run by me, since you're my senior field underwriter, what she'd be able to qualify for? This is what she has.
And that's it.
That's it. They'll tell me.
All right. So once you do that, you go, okay, I'm going to suggest this product, and you can pivot in the home, and you don't have to worry about knowing everything.
Absolutely not.
Did you ever think you had to know everything?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what happened?
I just had to ask. I feel like you.
So when I first started, I wanted everyone to think I had been doing this forever. Mm-hmm. And what I learned is they actually like you more if you go, you know what? You're my third appointment I've ever had, and I'm going to call my manager and see what he says, because I don't want to do the wrong thing. There's like 100 times more chance of them buying if you do that.
They appreciate that.
They just like straight up honesty. So I used to say, fire the person that you're pretending to be. Because when you get into the home and you're just straight up real, they buy.
Right.
So if you go, you know what? I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to find out for you. That's way better than you feeding them a bunch of BS then them going, is that true or not? Right?
Right. Yep.
So I love the if you're brand new, go out, get book appointments, practice the Eagle Premier e-app on the computer or write one on someone you know, and then go out, help a customer. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So do you ever sell yourself? Like, okay, I'm meeting with a customer, and not only do you get Eagle Premier, but you get me as your agent.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you do that?
At the end of every single appointment, I actually watched a video on this the other day, and that's how I learned it. So basically, with the appointment, do I sell myself like as an agent and let them know they have access to me?
Like you have the best agent ever.
Yeah, absolutely. So at the end of every single appointment, this cements the sale too and prevents them from canceling their policy. So I say, awesome, great job. I just wanted to let you know, I actually come with this policy. So you have 24/7 access to me. I'm not only here for you guys when something happens, I'm here for you guys while you guys are living as well. So if you ever wanted to upgrade your policy, if you ever had any questions about your policy at all, I'm your go-to, I'm your person. So you have my card, you have my phone number. I actually advise them to save my phone number in their phone. That way they have just that access to me and they can give me a call 24/7. And they really appreciate that because they know that you're there for them.
Do you answer your phone?
Every single time, no matter who calls me.
You always answer?
Always answer my phone.
I learned that from Sean Mike.
Yeah.
I used to not answer my phone, and like my voicemails would build up, and I would be like paying interest on these things I have to do because it would always be in the back of my mind, and it was just miserable.
Right.
And then now I'm like, okay, I'm going to respond to everything right away. If something comes up, I'm going to handle it right away. If it's an email, a call, if a customer needs something, I'm picking up. You know why I didn't want to answer, though?
Why?
Because I thought they were going to cancel.
That's funny.
But then my friend goes, wouldn't you rather know they wanted to cancel so you could save it? opposed to like not check your voicemail for 3 days. So,
That's true.
and one thing I also learned is every day I make sure I call every person back. If it's an agent, a client, whatever, before I go to sleep, I call everybody back. If they left me a voicemail, it doesn't matter. I'm getting back to everybody. But that's crazy cool because like when people are going to keep the policy when you're selling you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Not just, hey, here's a number, here's a price, see you later. So I used that a lot in the field. I would always go, hey, no one's going to work harder than me. I'm always going to pick up your phone, call. You get me forever. If you call me, I'm picking up my phone. I'm going to help you guys with whatever you need. If something happens, I will fight to make sure that the company pays the claim fast. Make sure your family's taken care of. You're getting me, exactly like you said, you're getting me with this policy. Yeah. And I always would throw in there, and I'm the best, by the way.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, oh, okay, whatever, you know.
It really cements the sale.
But I actually believe I'll work harder than everybody else. So I'm telling them the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you ever run into any competition in the field? Like the customer goes, hey, I have XYZ policy and, you know.
Absolutely. Go ahead and grab your policy, Mary. I'll go through that. I'm a licensed professional. If I can beat the rate, great. If not, I'll at least explain to you what your policy does and what exactly you have.
Okay. What about if somebody goes, hey, so you get in the home, they go, you know what, we're already in a really good situation, just give us prices.
Awesome. Well, I have to get into health information. I have to ask you a ton of questions to see what you would even be able to qualify for. I don't even know what or if you qualify. So let's go through that first.
And you just keep going.
Yep. Keep going. Keep rolling through it. And then you'll find their weak points. And, you know, they requested it for a reason. So whether it was adding more coverage or changing what they currently have, like, why'd you request it, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's get into what are some of your goals? Why are you so motivated at Family First Life?
I'm just so fired up. Like, I started this in August, and I thought it was going to be a part-time thing for me. And then I went to the conference in November of 2019, and I was like, you know, seeing those people on stage and hearing about how people write like 400,000 to like 700,000 a year. I'm like, how is that possible? So I was like, you know, after that conference, I left, and I was like, this isn't something to, you know, work part-time. This is like a full-time thing. I'm either going to go all in or not in at all. So I decided to go all in, and like I never want to issue pay under 20K ever again. Like I want to build this thing. Like the vision is amazing, and the company's it's so new. It's such a baby company that like I don't want to just watch people grow with it. I want to be a part of it. So
how would you explain, because you're building an agency, right?
yes.
How do you explain Family First Life to an agent or someone that doesn't have their license?
Yeah, it's the best business ever. No, the way I explain, so I always tell them I'm in the financial services industry. I get into kind of how we protect families and how like we can, you know, develop financial freedom and stuff like that. So I don't know, I just really paint the picture of what we do, and I explain to them like, imagine the feeling of your first death claim. Like someone gives you a call and they tell you, hey, like my significant other just passed away and you were able to protect that family. Like imagine how rewarding that feels. And I feel like that wins them over kind of. They're like, wow, you're actually helping
Interesting.
people.
So when you're recruiting people, you're not talking about numbers.
No.
You're talking about actually helping people.
Absolutely.
And when you're meeting with people, do you really focus on just purely helping them?
Helping them and numbers, of course. I show them, you know, what I've been able to do and how, you know, I've been in the insurance industry for 3 years and a lot of people already know that. So when I present them with this and show them my numbers and like, oh, I've never been able to do this with my previous company, they're like, wow, okay. Like,
what if they're not even in the insurance industry?
Great, let's get to studying.
Dude, I'm pretty excited about a lot of people that don't have their license.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is like, I didn't have my license. You didn't have your license.
Exactly.
You didn't have your license. There's a lot of good people that don't have their license yet.
Right.
And when they start, they don't have any like baggage of other ways they used to do things.
Exactly.
Like it's weird. I could see a brand new person start faster than somebody with their license because they're just like, okay, I'm going to do it exactly the way you say, and I'm going to go out and do really good.
Yeah, we were all new at one point.
We were all new. Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's cool though. So when you're actually recruiting, you're saying we get to go out and help people
yeah,
with this.
absolutely.
And then you get paid X along with it.
Yeah.
Do you explain building an agency or
Yes.
overrides?
Yes, I do. Right off the bat. I
How-
feel like
how
if
do
you're
you-
transparent with them from the start, they're going to love it. Well, I mean, they should be happy that they get to build an agency here. Like, you don't only have to sell, like, you can manage and help people do what I'm helping you to do. Like, you can help other people have financial freedom. So,
Yeah, that's cool. What are your goals this year?
I definitely want to hit Hall of Fame for sure.
Are you on track?
Yes, absolutely. I want to go VP by my birthday, which is
When's your birthday?
June 28th. So I'm definitely going to make that happen too. So yeah, and just help a lot of people, like both, coming into Family First Life and help a lot of clients as well.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on all
Thank
your
you.
success. So you hired Deidre.
Yes.
Okay.
She was a hard one.
And Deidre was currently selling in insurance. Deidre, how old are you?
I'm 21 right now.
You're 21. Was it hard to recruit her?
Yeah.
What was the selling points?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's just say Deidre had me send over all of my bank statements for the past 4 months.
Are you serious?
Yes.
And you went over them?
Yes. I was very skeptical at first.
Why?
Just because, like you said, I had baggage from an old company, and so I was like, I just want to make sure I'm making the right switch because I've been in the industry for 3 years.
And you're 21.
Yes. So I've been in the industry since I was 18, and I was with the prior company before my last company, and I was like, I don't want to keep switching companies and the same thing happen.
And she showed you her bank statements.
Yep.
And you said what?
And I was still skeptical. So she sent over the contracting, and I almost signed it, and then I denied it. And then about a week later, I ended up contacting her again, and I was like, okay, I have all these questions. You need to answer them 100% honest, and then I'm going to think about it. And then eventually it just came to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to go all in and trust it. I have faith in myself and my work ethic, so I'm just going to go all in.
And that was when? How long ago?
3 weeks ago.
And what have you written in 3 weeks?
Over 15,000 my first week, and then over
How many
8,000.
how many applications?
I think it was 17 applications my first week.
17 apps your first week.
Yes.
And your second week?
And then my second week was, I remember, over 8,000 because I've consistently written over 8,000 each week since.
So you did 15, 8, and 8.
Yep.
And what's your experience so far with the company?
It's incredible.
But what do you like about it?
So my favorite part is that I'm in control. Because
Explain.
I came into this industry to have control of my business, and I feel like a lot of us come into this business to have a lot of control as well. And what that means for me is being able to purchase my leads, go out and see people that I want to go see, and also help people that have requested my help. Another thing about this company is I'm a broker. So I work with over 20 different companies. I'm able to qualify anybody that I sit down with, because the last thing that I want to do is sit down with a client who wants help, desperate help, and then say, unfortunately, we can't get you qualified. Because at the end of the day, that doesn't feel good when you can't qualify for something, especially when you know that today you could protect your family, but now I'm here supposed to help you and I can't.
So you're saying with the products that we offer, you can help every single person no matter what the situation is.
Exactly.
Every person.
Exactly.
Even if they're in jail.
Well, not in jail.
I mean, they technically could still qualify if they're in jail, right?
Right.
They could.
Yeah,
Because some apps have no questions.
that's very true.
What was your experience with the e-app when it went through, it got approved? Like, what were you thinking?
My first experience, I was like, is this it? I was like, there's no way like this is it. Because I used to have to fill out multiple pages. It would take forever to load. And then I was like, I even texted Nina. I was like, am I doing this right? And I was like, I reloaded the page and I was like, there's no way that this is all they need.
And then they paid you.
And then they paid me in
Daily,
2
right?
days, daily.
Do you like getting paid from all the different all the different carriers?
Yes, I do.
And they just pay you directly?
Directly into my account every 24 to 36 hours, which is insane.
All right, so let's talk about leads. What's your lead strategy?
So I'm still working on mine personally, but I believe I'm coming to a conclusion where I at least order my leads 2 to 3 days prior to booking day, so I have all of them in. And then I order from Game Time. I like Game Time. I order about 40 leads for my booking day as well as CRM. And then,
So CRM leads, you're talking about age leads?
yes, because they're great fillers.
Nice.
Yep. So they're really good fillers for your schedule. FEX is really easy to book. So it's good to have a full schedule with that, but you also want a mixture because you don't want to fully rely on FEX leads.
I love filler appointments with age leads, and sometimes they're the biggest sales.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So let's go through, because we went through Facebook final expense phone script with Nina, and I'm sure yours is similar.
Yes.
And you guys are both doing 40 on Monday, 40 on Thursday.
Yes.
And you guys are both writing 10, close to 10,000 a week in premium.
Right.
Exactly.
How many people tell you guys no?
A lot.
A lot. And you guys are just good at getting told no?
Oh yeah,
No
Yeah.
problem.
no problem.
No problem. But the thing is even if they tell us no, you can't be afraid of it because I still overcome it. Even if they say no, I'm still going to book that appointment. So I'm not afraid. Because I think about it like this. I actually heard it on a podcast where when you go into a store, you're looking for something. You're looking for like an exact pair of shoes. The clerk comes up to you and says, "Hey, can I help you?" And you're like, "No."
I'm just looking.
Exactly. In reality, you're not just looking. You already know what you want, but you're going to put up this guard. So don't be afraid when somebody says no.
Now, if someone says no, do you guys keep going, obviously, but how many people tell you no, get out?
Not many.
As in on the phone or
No, in the home.
Oh no.
no. Once you're in the home,
Once
you're
you're there,
good.
yeah, you're good.
You're good. What about on the phone?
Yes, on the phone, just because sometimes they don't realize who you are, and sometimes they forget that they requested it. But when you are cool, calm, and collect, and you just refresh them on who you are, why you're there, what they requested, then it puts them at ease.
Sweet. All right, so let's go over. So you go in. Now, the reason I want to talk about this a little bit is because there's like, I think 100,000 leads that were just put into the CRM that were like from $1 to $3, right? Let's go through a phone script of you calling one of those because you use those as fillers.
Yes.
Okay, so call me like you're calling an aged lead.
Okay, so it's pretty much just like my final expense lead. So I give them a call. Hey, this is Deidre. I'm just getting back to you in regard to the request that you put in for the mortgage protection. You put down your loan protection as bank financial. And then they're like, yes, okay, I'm just giving you a quick call. I have to verify to get this information out to you that you requested. Your date of birth is 6/25/52. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, and then the address that you put down is 1215 North Main Street. Is that your updated address?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So as I explained, I'm here with the Mortgage Protection Office, here to make sure that we get you and your family protected. I just have to get this information packet out to you, but I do have about 10 to 15 families to see on Monday and Tuesday. I will be in your area. What day works best for you, Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Okay, perfect. On Tuesday, I do have a 9 a.m. or a noon available. What would work best for you, 9 or noon?
Noon.
Okay, you got it. Do you have a pen and paper handy?
Yep.
All right, can you write this down? Write down my first name, Deidre. It's spelled Deidra. And then also, I'm going to have you write down our time. If you can give me an hour window between noon to 1. I do have a lot of families to see, so I might be running a little bit behind. Will that be okay with you?
Yes.
Alrighty, and then go ahead and write down my Arizona state license number just for security purposes so you can identify me.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, write it down.
Okay, great. Now go ahead and put that in a safe spot so we don't miss each other tomorrow between noon to 1 p.m.
Got it.
Alrighty, Andrew, I look forward to helping you out tomorrow between noon to 1 p.m. Bye for now.
And that's it.
That's it.
Cool. Easy. How'd you get so good at that phone script?
It's just confidence, honestly. So when you understand what you're doing as an agent, you have to deliver that confidence and just be quick. And the reason why I'm so quick is because I understand.
You've done it a lot too, because you ran so many freaking appointments in 3 weeks.
I understand
right?
what I'm doing. I'm here to get the information across. You requested it. Also, what's really good is when it has an image and they have their handwriting on it and they're like, no, I didn't fill in that request. Well, your handwriting looks like this. Your squiggles are like this. Your dots are like this. And your T's are like this.
Is that a dog?
I don't
What
know.
is that?
Someone's got a dog at the
might
office,
so.
and it's not mine. Okay, so you once you do that, you book the appointment, you go out, you see them. Do you get nervous on the phone when you're calling people?
Honestly, not anymore. Sometimes I do. I mean, when I'm booking in front of other people, I still do.
I used to go hide and dial because I wouldn't want people to hear me when I first got my license. Like, I wouldn't want anybody to hear me on the phone. Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I still kind of do that. Like, I get very uncomfortable when I'm at the office, but it's just that first dial that I have to do, set the appointment, and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
That's cool. All right. When you get to the home, walk us through what you do in the in-home.
Okay, so in the in-home, it's very short and sweet because I like to tell agents that they requested this, so you don't need to sell them. You're here to actually deliver them the information. So when I walk in the home, I said, do you mind if we sit at the table? You're already taking control from the beginning. And I have my financial sheet on the table. And then I also have my business card as well as my state license. So they can identify me. They're comfortable. That already builds credibility. But also as I'm walking in the home, I'm building rapport with them. So I'm looking at like what's in their house, if they have any pictures of their family. If they're sport fans, then they'll have hangings of jerseys. So I'm looking at that to try to build rapport quickly as I'm walking into the house. So when I sit down at the table, they're already comfortable with me. And my cue is I got to make them smile first. Once they smile, then I can move forward.
I like that.
And then I'll usually look down at the paper and my watch. So they're like, okay, I'm on a time limit. So they know, and I make it clear. And then I look at them, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and back up, fill you in on exactly who I am. I'm an insurance broker. What that means is I work with multiple different carriers that are only rated A+. And these are the most affordable prices in the country. So we have 3 objectives today. 1, we want to make sure this is affordable. 2, we want to make sure this is comfortable. And then 3, let's see what we can get you qualified with. So what they have me do, they have me ask you a few health questions just to see what you can get qualified for. Is that fair?
Yeah.
And then I move forward. Now, if I'm walking in the home and I see like they're kind of nervous or like you can kind of tell if they're a little bit skeptical on why you're there, then I pause for a little bit, warm up with them, and I ask them, what prompted you to fill out this request? Did you have a friend or a family member pass away recently? And then they usually tell me their story, and then I go deep into it. I just ask more questions to help them feel that emotion again as if they're in that situation. Okay, well, John and Mary, what we're going to do today is make sure that you and your family never have to go through that. Is that fair?
That's good.
So here I am.
So they tell you this is what happened to someone else. This is my concern. And you say, I'm here today to make sure you guys never have to go through that.
Yep. So I just hit it straightforward because that's truly what we're here to do. And you can't be scared to talk about death when you're an insurance agent. I'm here to talk about death. But let's not be scared anymore because we're going to protect you and your family. Is that fair?
Yeah.
And I always ask, is that fair? Because they say yes, and then I move forward.
Yeah.
So it kind of gets them in the groove of saying yes. And then by the end of it, they know that I'm truly there to help them out. They're going to say, yes, I'm sold.
Okay, so you go over that. Now, once you show them options, what do you do the financial inventory, you pick options to show them. How many options do you give them?
So I give them 3 options. Now, I do a little bit of...
How do you pick the 3? If I was brand new, I'd go, how the heck do I pick 3 different options?
So what I do is I do one a little bit under 100, one at about $100, under 100. So my first one is I do a little bit under 100, my middle one at 100, and then my gold program at over 100. So I have a silver, bronze, and gold. Well, it depends on the family. So I do a little bit of picture building, and I ask them, do you want to be buried or cremated? And then where does your beneficiary live? Does your beneficiary live out of state? Okay, we got to take that into consideration. Okay, you have a son that lives here with you. Does he pay rent? Oh, you pay all of the rent. So we got to take that in consideration as well. They want to make sure that you're protecting at least 6 months to 12 months in advance for him, just to make sure that when you pass away tomorrow, your son's going to be taken care of. So we'll put that in. We'll put your beneficiary in as well. And then I also ask them, do you want to be buried back home? Because if they have travel, then, or if you want to be buried back home, then they have travel costs back home, or shipping the body back. So I just ask a bunch of questions to kind of get an amount. And then by the end of that, I'm like, have you done your research on how much your cremation is going to cost? No, you haven't? Okay, well, since I've been in the industry for quite a bit, what they suggest is anywhere between 10 to 15,000.
Just to cover everything, all the little stuff that comes up.
Yep.
My friend Sherry, she's an animal in the field. You know what she says? She goes, "All right, Nina, do you guys want a comfortable casket or an uncomfortable casket?"
I like
That's
it.
hilarious. I always go over the 3 ways to pay for a funeral. Do you know those?
No.
Are you familiar with the, I'll kind of go through it. So we're in an appointment. I say, okay, John, are you familiar with the 3 ways to pay for a funeral today?
No.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to go through those with you. So the first way is going to be cash all up front. So your average funeral today is anywhere from 3 to 7,000 if you want cremation, 10 to 15 if you want burial. Who's writing that cash check or who's giving that cash? Exactly. It's a lot of money. So that's the first way. The first way is cash. That's why you see the
How many
GoFundMes.
people that we meet with do you think have the money to pay for it?
I would say no one.
Nobody?
Not
No
many,
one.
right?
Yeah. So that's why you see the car washes, GoFundMe, stuff like that. The second way to take care of your death is through prepaid burial or cremation. Are you familiar with that?
No.
No? Okay. So it costs anywhere from $150 to $200 a month per person. However, you're only entitled to one funeral home and one funeral home only. So say you're out of town and something happens, that funeral home goes out of business. You're kind of out of luck, right?
And you're on those, you're only prepaying.
Exactly.
Like if you put in $1,800 and you
That's all you
die
get.
next month,
Your family still has to take care of the rest.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then the third way is what you requested and what we're checking to see if you qualify for. That's the funeral final expense insurance. And that's going to take care of your family immediately. If something happens to you tomorrow and you made one premium payment, your beneficiary would get that full face amount.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's super good. All right, so let's get you show them numbers. How do you pick, Nina, how do you pick what numbers you show them?
So I always ask them, do you want to be cremated or buried? And they,
Buried.
okay, buried. Okay, so you're familiar with the cost of burial. It's anywhere from 10 to 15,000.
Okay.
Did you want to just cover your cremation and burial, or did you want to, or your burial, or did you want to leave a little bit extra for your family?
I probably want to leave some for my dogs.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so let me run some quotes for you. So I do bronze, silver, gold. So if they say they want to be buried, I'll show them 15,000, 17,500, and 20.
Okay, no matter the cost.
No matter
Even
the
if they're
cost.
80 and the cost is super high.
Yeah, I'll always show.
Now,
Always
once
show
you
high
show-
because you can always down close.
Okay, so you go in hot.
Oh yeah,
Like you don't even care.
absolutely.
All right, so I used to only show like $17 a month premiums because when I was new, that's what I could afford. So every person they'd have an entire family, and I'd get like the most affordable one that I could afford, and I'd show them that, and they wouldn't even buy that sometimes because I wasn't selling the right way.
Right.
But once you show them these big premiums, and they go, "That's too high." If they go, "That's too high," what do you say then?
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and show you something that's more affordable for you. I go ahead and down close them, and I explain that the policy builds cash value. It's a whole life policy. It builds cash value, so they're going to end up having more.
What
than
about
they
also
could.
being able to add on later?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You can always add on at
Let's
any
get
point.
something.
Yeah.
It's okay if it's not super comfortable. I mean, if it's okay if it's not a big policy, but let's get something.
Yeah. You need something in place. You can always add on more later.
What if someone says it's too expensive and they're, let's say, 75-year-old, too expensive?
Down close until you can get them.
My friend told me, he goes, well, since you've dodged paying insurance for 75 years, you're actually saving a ton of money by by paying these premiums if you calculate all the years you didn't pay.
That's awesome.
I know, I love that.
That is awesome.
All right, so once you get a policy picked out, or you have your options down, what do you say to get them, like, what's your close to move on to the application?
So I just let them know, okay, great. What we're going to do is, I'm not sure if you're qualified yet. The company still has to think about you. So we're going to fill out the application. They check your MIB records, which is your medical history and your prescription history. And then from there, we'll see if we can get you qualified. Is that fair?
Yep.
And then we just move forward. And then I say, go ahead and grab your driver's license.
Super
and your voided
presumptive.
check. Yeah.
Yeah, one day I hit this, like, this light bulb went off where I was like, if they get any additional insurance, I'm putting them in a better situation.
Mm-hmm.
You could not put them in a bad situation by helping them get more insurance.
Exactly.
Have you ever met somebody who had somebody die in their family and they said he had way too much insurance?
Never.
Never. I've never heard it. So I just was like, okay, if I could help them with anything, even if they already have something, if I can add something, whatever it is, we're still going to help this family. All right, so let's wrap up in home. Any tips that you guys have for somebody going out there?
The biggest tip is your mindset. I believe mindset trumps everything else, even your activity, your closing skills, who you are as an individual. If you have a good mindset and a positive attitude going into the home, it sells more than anything else. So like when I go into a home, because I always ask myself this, if I knew that every home I was walking into, that they were going to just give me their check and their driver's license when I met them at the door, how would I feel going into that home? Probably on cloud 9.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, yeah, it's weird because your confidence goes up the more people you see, right? So my first few appointments, I was very shy and timid, and it didn't go really good. Did you guys ever experience that or no?
Most definitely.
You?
Yeah.
But then I saw so many people and got so confident. I would show up at your door, and they go, "Who are you?" I go, "I'm your new insurance agent. Where's the table?" Like I literally closed them before I stepped in the door. They go, "Oh, you're my new insurance agent?" Yeah. What do you mean? Whatever you have, I'm going to put you in a better situation. I'm going to make sure you're taken care of. You won't have to worry about this anymore. I'm going to ask you some questions, build a little bit of rapport. But literally, like, how does somebody say no to that?
Exactly.
Like, you're literally claiming that you're their insurance agent before you get in the door.
That's awesome.
It's just funny, though, how over time and being repetitive and doing it over and over, you get more and more and more and more comfortable.
Yeah.
All right. You guys both do a lot of recruiting on social media, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
How does that work? We'll start with Nina, and then you can share.
I feel like just posting, day-to-day stuff, like, the leaderboards that we put out, just sales in Facebook, sales that you've made for the day. Like people don't see that too much on social media. What do they see on social media? Food, clubs, drinking, stuff like that. So like when they see that attracts them, and they want to put themselves.
Now
in
you
that
guys don't
position.
seem to be into clubs and drinking.
No.
Not at all.
No,
Not at all.
anymore.
And you're attracting people that are attracted to making money, healthy lifestyle,
Yes.
Exactly.
and you get a lot of people that are responding to that.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's who we want to attract.
So instead of food, clubs, bottle service, you're posting what?
Sales, motivational quotes, convention stuff, meetings that we have, stuff like that. Not bank statements, but like
Lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle. Like Deidre posts at 9 p.m. that she works out, and she's like, just sold 4,000 today. Now I'm working out at 9 p.m. I wouldn't change it for the world. Like that gets people excited.
That's cool. And so you guys just keep putting this stuff. Is it Instagram, Facebook? What is it?
Everything.
Everything.
Snapchat, LinkedIn, Facebook. I don't have Twitter yet, but everything.
Instagram for me.
Instagram for you.
Yeah.
So you're sharing this stuff, and people respond and say, "That's how you recruited
That's how
her."
Deidre started. I was posting stuff, and she responded and said, "How's FFL?" And just got into it, and
And then she
now
didn't
she's
trust you at first.
No, she didn't.
She did all her homework,
No.
which is normal.
yeah.
Yes.
I
Like
put her
when
in
people don't trust me at first, I'm like, yeah, that's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stick through it with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I put her into contracting, and like 2 days later she calls me, or she texts me and goes, "Actually, I'm not going to come to Family First Life." And I was like, "Okay, she'll come back." 2 weeks later, she gives me a call. She's like, "Okay, how do I get started?" So
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, what does somebody usually say when they respond to something like that?
usually it's like, "What do you do? How do I get started? Like, what do I need to do that? Can you give me more info?" Stuff like that.
Are you guys ever worried about posting too much because it'll be annoying?
No, not at all.
Why?
Because if it's annoying to you, then to me, that shows that you don't want to develop as an individual. And the right people you're going to attract. Because when I kept seeing Nina post, I was like, dang, she's doing so good. And she was constantly posting, but I would kind of like keep it in the back of my head. But then again, she kept posting and posting, posting, and it finally got my attention. So I believe continue to post and you're going to attract the right people.
And the other thing, that's good. But one other thing is, like, the way Facebook works and Instagram works, you can't post too much because people don't always see your stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
There's so much information funneling in. You could post 10 times, they might see it once. When someone told me that, then I was like, I could post like every minute and it doesn't matter. Good news, sharing good news. All right, now you guys have a really legit team. Like, the energy and the way you guys are rooting for each other all to win and the way you guys are helping each other is pretty scary and in a good way. But I've noticed you guys work with Grady on Grady's team and Jordan Lowry.
Right.
One thing that I've noticed about your team is you guys are constantly sharing good news with each other,
Yes.
like all day long. I just sold this. Like, if you go on, you guys use Slack, right?
Yes.
And your entire team's in Slack.
Yep.
If someone's in Slack and they need help, there's a
In-home help.
in-home help.
Yep.
Everybody's helping each other. How many people are in that thing?
Like over 1,000.
Over
But
1,000
it's crazy
people.
because if you post an in-home help, within like 30 seconds, someone's responding to you.
Someone's helping you.
Yeah.
And they don't even have an interest in getting an override with you.
No.
That's what's crazy about Family First Life is so many people are working together but not getting an override. Like, half our office they're not on my team.
Yeah.
They come in every week. We help them just like they're on our team. We don't care. We want to help the entire company. And it's like, it's not everybody trying to stab each other in the back.
Yep.
But delivering good news, you guys do a lot of it. And I think it's starting to become your environment and contagious within your team. And it's like, if the majority of people are complaining, what do you think is going to happen?
Everybody else will start complaining.
Everybody else will start complaining. But if the literally, like, everybody will change, they'll adapt to their environment. Your environment is you win, you don't make excuses, you run through the numbers, you invest heavy in leads, you're out to help people, everybody's helping each other, and then all these other people, that's becoming normal to them. Right?
Right.
Yep.
And it's really cool to see. All right. Lastly, you guys are doing business. You guys are both fairly new, and I want to address this because there's so many people that this could change their lives, especially right now with what's going on in the world. Like, some people are scared that they might not have a job. Right? How terrifying is that?
Very.
It's crazy.
There's so many people that we could help. And someone goes, you know that, like, someone was like, you know how not saturated we are as Family First Life? Like, you have 10 major insurance companies that have agents in one city, and you're in that same city offering higher commission, lower prices, a better program for them. Like, and think about how much insurance collectively is sold with all these companies combined. And so we're not saturated at all. But think about all the people we can help, right? What's a good way to get out in front of people or get people to trust or see what we're doing? Inviting them to a business development meeting, right?
Right.
So Sean Mike and Family First Life, they've got a list of 100 cities plus of these meetings going on every single week. But what I love what you guys are doing is you're doing them yourselves. And I think that the important thing to realize is it's not about like 50 people coming and watching you speak. It's about 2 or 3 people that literally are praying for something different where they could provide for their family, and them watching you go over your presentation. And even if you just help one of them, that's what it's about. So people are doing these things all over the country, and it doesn't matter if 2 people show up. What if just that one person is the one that goes and builds a huge agency, and this is a big deal for us? So I love what you guys are doing because, like, Nina, you're doing a business development meeting, and I asked you what you were going to go over, and you were like, I just need a whiteboard because I'm going to talk about how I feel about the company, which seems super easy, right?
Right.
So can you go through what that is like for us?
Talking about the company.
Yeah. What would you do at a business development meeting?
Just, I mean, it's literally like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's the best business, like, it's the best place to be if you're in the insurance industry. We have the highest comps. We work with the A+ rated companies. Like, that just sells itself, I feel like. And like, the culture is amazing. Like, everyone's willing to help each other. Yeah, you make a lot of money and you have fun doing it, and you protect a lot of families. So
And that's it.
that's it.
And you guys love not because of money. What do you guys like about the company that has nothing to do with money?
Simplicity.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
So it's just how simple our business is. There's already a system in place that we can follow. Literally, we can, I mean, even we're recession proof. So right now, I'm not even worried about what's going on elsewhere in the world, because our business is still growing and it's actually still booming. The reason why is because our process that we have in place. Like, when we're in a home, we're only in that home for 15, 30 minutes, because all we have to do is fill out an application, sign it, we're out of the home, we can get them approved on the spot. There's no follow-up work, there's no following up with the clients afterwards. They already know that we're going to be there for them, and if they need us, they call us. They receive their policy in a week, so there's no extra work that needs to be done. You're there to do your job, you're there to deliver the application, get the application done, and you're out. And now with this virus going around and us not being allowed to really go out, I mean, we can still go to homes, but if our clients aren't comfortable, we can still do it from our home base, because we can do email signatures, we can do it over FaceTime. Like, there's just so many opportunities within this company, because they've literally have overcome every objection in the insurance industry.
Do you guys think someone asked me if Family First Life was a lot of smoke and mirrors? How would you say your experience has been?
It's been amazing. Like, I feel like everyone's been transparent from the start. It's just like everything's laid out on the table from the beginning. It's not, some people say like, oh, it's too good to be true. Like, no, just work.
It's not
That's
too
all
good to
it
be
is.
true, because you
No.
actually have to work.
And yeah, and because we're doing it.
Yeah.
And we show real numbers. Issue paid numbers, we show checks. I mean, that's what got me to come to this company, because I told Nina, I was like, hey, in order for me to come over, you got to show me your deposits. So that's how I know it's real. Because I'm going to be honest, I was very skeptical in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I had to have her tell me everything. But she gave me everything on the table, and I was like, okay, I'm good to go.
So now you're good.
I'm great.
Cool. Well, congratulations, both of you. I'm looking forward to building a huge agency with you guys. And it's an honor to be in business with both of you guys. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you for having us.